The Atlantic Rainforest in Brazil is one of the richest ecosystems in the world. It is also one of the most threatened on the planet. It is an area boasting 8,000 endemic plants, 55 endemic mammals, 1,020 species of bird, and is home to the marquis, the largest primate in the New World, as well as one of the most endangered on Earth. At 1.3 million square kilometers and encompassing 17 states, the Atlantic forest once stretched from Rio Grande do Norte as far south as Paraguay and Argentina. However, this is a devastated environment. An estimated 93% of the forest has already been lost, and the destruction continues today. 62% of the population of Brazil, some 110 million people, live within the forest region. Huge mineral reserves worth billions of dollars sit just beneath the surface, and the forest contains enormous water resources, ideal for the production of hydroelectric energy that Brazil urgently needs to power its development. Little by little, tree by tree, the remaining pockets and isolated fragments of one of the planet's most biodiverse habitats are being cut. Brazil now has comprehensive legislation to protect its native forest. Any individual or company that wants to remove a native tree must first complete a lengthy legal process. But illegal deforestation still continues, often at the hands of farmers who, by gradually enlarging a field for crops or cattle, destroy a small, seemingly inconsequential area. Sometimes the farmer acts unwittingly, unaware of the law. Sometimes the destruction is wanton, done whilst no one is looking or made to appear like an accidental forest fire. Mining companies such as this one are required by law to replace 3 times as many native trees as they remove. And overwhelmingly, the companies do comply. However, the law fails to recognize the complexity of the ecosystem. Even if reforested, the diversity of flora and fauna that has existed for millennia will not return for generations. It might even be lost forever. There are some examples of how economic development can coexist with the preservation of the Atlantic forest. Frederico Eres is GS Suto Limited's environmental consultant.
Vem em toda aquela pista que você está vendo, onde estão as máquinas trabalhando, conecta com a chaminé de equilíbrio e a partir daí desce o conduto forçado.
Here, construction is well underway of a different type of hydroelectric plant. One that puts the environment at the heart of its design.
O aproveitamento dessa queda, um empreendimento até pequeno, de pequeno porte, sem barramento, a geração de energia, que esse tipo de empreendimento gera energia em torno de uma população em torno de 7 mil habitantes. Até nos nossos projetos a gente tenta ao máximo caminhar essa parte de desenvolvimento tecnológico, sustentável mesmo, com as atividades do dia a dia e trazendo soluções para deixar a área o mais natural possível também, o mais perto do que era antigamente.
When in operation, the plant will have a tiny environmental impact. All of the diverted water gets returned to the river once it is passed through the turbines. Much of the disturbed land will be reforested, and the rest planted with grass. When completed, you'll hardly know that the power plant is here at all.
O impacto é bem pontual e durante a instalação mesmo. Agora, durante a parte de operação, com a área toda cercada, essa parte mais de paisagismo, já vai reverter o cenário da obra, um cenário mais preservado também.
As Brazil's economy continues to grow, industrial development and urban expansion are putting increasing pressures on the forest. 20 years ago, deforestation was led by poverty, as small-scale farmers cleared land for subsistence crops. Now, deforestation is led by prosperity, in order to meet the rising demands of consumers. Each time a license is granted to take out the native forest, a small area is irreparably lost. A condominium development that means the removal of 2.4 hectares. A granite quarry that requires the felling of 0.42 hectares. A cement company that applies to build a dam, with a loss of 2.44 hectares. Tiny amounts, but taken as a whole, it's these small continual bites that amount to a very large problem. The rapid loss of the remaining 7% of the forest. Too often, the result of this fragmentation is that remaining forest patches are simply too small to support the complex interlinked systems that make up a tropical forest. It is estimated that between 2005 and 2010, 31,000 hectares of the Atlantic rainforest were lost. The solution lies in striking a delicate balance between economic development and environmental preservation. We need to accept that some areas of forest are too valuable ever to be sacrificed. It is these key areas that should benefit from the maximum protection, and it is these areas that should be the focus of tree planting schemes that will increase the habitat of threatened life forms and add value to existing forest. At stake is the very existence of one of Earth's most valuable biodiversity hotspots. Surely that is something worth fighting for.